Hey everybody, it's Nick checking in from the editing bay here as I'm working on day 2 of year 3, which I released a video earlier in, the release cycle for year 3 content, just kind of letting you know about all of the different guests and everything that unfortunately we completely lost all of the segments. Now, that is still true. I'm not here with any kind of magical, a reel of it wasn't found in a vault in Argentina somewhere. As happens sometimes with really old movies or whatever. But what I do have is every little sliver and slice of content that we do have still existing from day 2 that I could find. Now, I didn't want to go mining through other shows' content feeds, so it's possible that if they were part of the show, their segment may still exist in some form in their own feeds. And I already linked all those shows in the previous video. I'll link them all again down in the description of this video. So if you're interested in checking that out, please do so. Check out their shows. Check out these creators, because there's some amazing creators. But what I do have is some clips from the Twitch channel. Now, clips basically, if you're not super familiar with Twitch, is basically somebody can clip out a little, video snippet of the content that you're doing at the time that you're doing it. And so there's a few different segments here that I'm going to do a little intro for and just let you know who the creator is in the segment that you're about to see. And there's also a couple other little special things that I'm going to pepper in throughout here. Basically, everything I can possibly find that was a part of day 2, I want to do something with it to put it, I feel so bad that I lost all of that content. So I want to do what I can to put as much of it out there as I can. Sadly, the one thing I was really hoping did exist in clip form is us hitting the goal, because we hit the goal on day 2. We hit the goal on day 2, and I can't find it anywhere. So unfortunately, it is gone. The latest clip I have in the day 2 cycle comes from Sean Ennis. And Sean Ennis was 10 p.m. Now, we went to 2 a.m. that day. We had a bunch of content that still followed that, but we hit it somewhere during that back part of the show. But like I said, we were close during Sean's segment. I don't know exactly when we hit the goal, unfortunately, but that clip doesn't exist, which makes me really sad. Anyway, I'm going to stop yammering on now. The first clip that you're going to see here is a clip from 2 clips, actually, from Kate from Ignorance Was Bliss. Now, she actually had Heather from Sunshine and Power Cuts join her, and these are 2 separate clips from Kate's segments.
That's a little bit what it's like. It's this, you're not really in control fully because your body is just to get technical, and all of those things in a Western, say, hospital or on the street, I would look at as an individual and say, that looks like a schizophrenic break. But what schizophrenia means changes depending on what culture you're in. And so at one point where it was very hot, but she didn't seem to notice, growling or grunting, moving in a schizophrenic way.
Yeah, and she was pacing as well. She would get up and pace for a bit and then go back.
And she would sometimes get very calm and go out for a smoke break, but then re-enter the house. Because having a break it's not a flat line.
Now, the next segment you're going to hear is a clip from the Shit Happens When You Party Naked podcast. This is them talking about a sandwich place. I'm not sure where, because I'm not from where they're from. But if you're familiar with it, hey, there you go.
As anybody who knows Publix knows, those subs are fucking amazing. I go, I get my fucking sandwich. I'm so excited. I'm rock hard. I'm bringing the sandwich home. I'm excited. I'm going to eat it. I'm so hungry. I got a bag of chips. I got some Diet Coke. Fucking forget about it. It's the best. It's the best. You know what I'm saying? What would you do for a Publix sub? How many dicks would you suck right now for a Publix sub?
15.
But not even for the sub.
Moderately sized.
Not even for the sub.
And this next clip is Julio from the Contrarians podcast. And what they do is Rage Against the Rotten Tomatoes machine. This year specifically, we did Basic Instinct 2, which if you've ever seen it is a dumpster fire of a movie. So, you know, I'm really sad that we lost this segment, unfortunately, but here is just a little clip of the segment with Julio.
Years between the first Basic Instinct and its sequel is that Sharon Stone was waiting for just the right script. She didn't wait long enough. Well, we'll see, Andrea. Bruce Westbrook from Houston Chronicle says, using the same basic plot as 1992's original, Basic Instinct 2 feels less like a sequel than a remake whose shelf life has expired. And finally, Scott Craven from Arizona Republic says, trust your basic instinct and avoid...
Okay, so this one's going to be a little bit different. So this isn't actually the show itself, but Afterburn, and if you've seen the other segment that they did year 3, that you kind of know what their shtick is. They're just audio chaos, and they react to just different random videos and stuff, pictures and whatnot that they find online. Really random, funny stuff. So I'm just going to throw them all in here, just kind of without context. And, you know, hopefully you'll have a laugh at them. But these are all clips that we would have watched during the segment with the Afterburn 739 podcast. So here we go.
There's a tarantula in here. He ain't moving. He's dead. My hand's shaking. I'm not scared. You're scared. Lightly salted. Oh, good. Can't open it. Can't do it. Okay, that's God. I haven't heard God speak that loud in a long time. Maybe it's like a Band-Aid. I just open and look and get it over with. Okay. I don't want to touch it. I didn't even see it, okay? I opened the package and I saw a dark abyss, and that was enough for me. Look how much I'm shaking. No, I'm not reaching in there to get you. You better fall out or this ain't happening. Why is it so hot in here? He's hairier than I am. He's just waiting for me to undo all these protective coverings so he can pounce on a zebra. There ain't zebras here. Welcome to California. Cheers. He eats zebras. He came out at me aggressively, okay? Of course I'm gonna react. I don't want to do it. All right, I'll hold it nice and steady so y'all can see it. That's the tarantula. Did y'all dismember him already, or was that from me throwing him about? I'm eating a tarantula, aren't I? I've never touched a tarantula, let alone put it in my mouth upon first meeting. First impressions are everything. Hi, I'm terrified. I know for a fact, if I pour you onto my hand, I will throw you into the back seat. Almost immediately. Okay, it puts it in the hand. Please don't fall. I'm trying not to react while this lady is walking by with her child. Now is not the time. Satan, Lord, remember that one time I held that door for that lady? And she lost her cane? I bent over and picked it up for her so she didn't have to? You remember when I did all those good things for you? I'm never gonna find a suitable mate if I cannot get over my fear of spitters. You're huge! He's huge. He's just sitting in my seat, okay? I'm not sitting down, but it says my airbag is on because they think a human being is sitting here. That's how big he is. I'm not touching him. Oh, I got tarantula legs all over my Prius seats. Hi, I'm eating a tarantula. I don't know why I keep poking him. If he came to life, I would literally come to death, okay? I would die. Oh, there's a leg in my cup holder. Where to begin? Yum. My favorite part of a tarantula is the whole tarantula. I'm gonna spit you out. Eat it. Just eat the tarantula. It's like licking a dog. Hi. You still here? Okay, now there's a whole spider in my cup holder. Oh no, I broke his butt off upon impact. Where'd it go? How do you lose a whole butt? Okay, where'd it go? Here we go. Don't talk with your mouth full. Oh, it is lightly salted. Good. Well, that wasn't so bad now, was it?
This is the first ever Dwarf Blob launch. You ready, bud?
I'm so ready. Let's do this.
My goal is to send John to Mars because I feel like he could do some good like space research there.
I believe I can fly.
Oh no! His legs and arms are just trying so hard to change his way.
Go land! You're almost there!
Almost! Go! Go! Almost!
Why are you yelling?
Because I shit my pants. I didn't want to shit my pants.
And coming up now, we have two clips from Mr. Sean Ennis, the Velvet Drizzle himself from, at the time, his show was called Stories of Yore and Yours, but now it's called Ink and Ash. And these are two different clips. The first one is from right when he joins the show. And the second one is him mid-read during reading one of the stories. So check these clips out. Joining us. Ladies and gentlemen, especially ladies, your panties are going to get drenched because the torrential downpour of the Velvet Drizzle is about to rain upon them. Sean Ennis, welcome to the live stream for The Cure.
Good evening. How you doing, Nick?
God, listen to him. That voice, man.
I'll go on the couch.
Are you going to curl up and you're going to get ready?
Animals that come in his way. But this does not suffice for the irresistible need to massacre that is in us. It is not enough to kill beasts. We must kill man, too. Long ago, this need was satisfied by human sacrifices. Now the requirements of social life have made murder a crime. We condemn and punish the assassin. But as we cannot live without yielding to this natural and imperious instinct of death, we relieve ourselves from time to time by wars. Then a whole nation's...
I'll tell you, if you've never listened to Sean's show, it is a treat. He is masterful in the way that he reads these short stories, and his show is still going on today, still releasing new content. He's in his 4th season now, so link again down in the description. Please check out Ink and Ash. So coming up now, we're actually going to take a look. This is just an image. This isn't a video file or anything like that. Unfortunately, the video was completely lost. But what this is the movie Cocktail that Dave from Super Movie Brothers made, and I made this as well, when we were live on the air. And I was really, really sad thinking that I didn't have this recipe anymore, but I'm glad I still do. I probably could have dug through Dave's social media if I really wanted to find it, but I still managed to have it. I keep everything like organized in file folders based on the year, based on everything. So year 3, we did Batman 1989. So the cocktail was called Come On, Let's Get Nuts Coffee. Come on, let's get nuts. Breaks the, never mind. So this was 1 cup of cold coffee, 1.5 ounces of whipped cream vodka, 1 ounce of amaretto, 1 ounce of coffee liqueur, shaken and poured over ice. I think I mentioned this in the last video, but I totally ruined mine because my coffee was not cold. This would be like cold brew coffee would be perfect for this. I actually would really, really love to make this again. And if I do, I'll actually do a little short here on the channel of me having this, but it was a wonderful segment. Batman 1989 is, of course, one of my favorite movies of all time. Anyone that knows me knows that. And this was like such a wonderful discussion and a wonderful, wonderful cocktail. And the last little thing here, the last little video that's going to show up at the end here is a few seconds. This is from the very end of the day. And I don't know why this was even clipped. It's just Caleb like flexing his muscles or something. And this, we'd already hit the goal by this point. So you can see we're already over the goal. I don't remember again exactly when we hit it, but Caleb used to run a podcast called Thoughts and Players, which myself and Dan from Netflix and Swill and our friend Bill used to play with Caleb. And he closed out the end of day 2. It was, let me look at the schedule here. Yeah, it was like an hour and a half or 2 hours of D&D, kind of like we did with Shampoo with Loot Quest. It was great. It was really, really great to have him close out the segment. So yeah, this is just a few seconds of Caleb just flexing. Here you go.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Ain't he sexy? He is. So that's, like I said, I really hate that we don't have any more of day 2's footage, but I just kind of got to thinking. I'm in the editing process right now, getting a lot of this content caught up and getting a lot of this stuff done. And I wanted to dig through and just see if any clips survived anywhere on Twitch, if anybody had clipped any segments of the day. I was really, really hoping somebody had clipped us hitting the goal, but unfortunately no one did. So yeah, I'm gutted again that we lost it. For the full readout of every show, every creator that was part of that, you can go check out the other video that I did for year 3. And you can also look at the entire list down in the description, because it's going to have everybody listed down there. And then next video is going to actually kick off the final day of year 3, which has never been seen outside of when it was streamed. I downloaded the bulk file and it's literally sat on my computer for 4 years. I've never ever edited it or touched it. So I'm really, really excited to get into that. We're going to have Star Wars trivia and the 20th birthday. This was 2019. So Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, had just turned 20 years old. Super, super exciting. Can't wait for that. Brendan and Nathan of What Were They Thinking? Have you ever heard of You on Kazoo? It's this really, really bad, cheesy video of a kid playing the kazoo, and it's the greatest thing you'll ever watch. We got the Kazoo Kid. They actually got the guy, he's grown up now, adult now, but they got the guy who played the Kazoo Kid on the show. So that was a really amazing segment. Can't wait for you to check that one out. We had the wonderful ladies from Spoop Hour join us. That was great. My buddy Gerald, my brother, I love you, from 2Ps joined us after that. Emily from The Story Behind joined us after that. We had the So Wizard podcast join us. And then we had a pre-recorded segment from Steve Fingerstyles from the podcast. Then we had a double segment from Rolling Misadventures. And then Livestream for the Cure Year 3 closed out with just kind of an in-depth, I don't want to say interview, because it wasn't like an interview. I didn't want to grill her with questions or anything. But Lindsay, as you know, Perry and Lindsay were part of year 2 of the event, and we heard earlier in the year 3 content from Maddie from Nooks and Crannies, who did an interview with them, and he released that I think shortly before Perry passed, and Perry passed in January of 2019. So Lindsay closed out year 3 of Livestream for the Cure, just kind of talking about everything, the whole experience of it and everything. And it was and continues to be just kind of a sobering reminder of exactly why we do this thing that we do, why Livestream for the Cure is so important to me, why me sitting here recording this video and putting this together and shoving it up on YouTube is so important to me, because it's important for me to put all this stuff up there, so how important it is to me to continue this fight to raise money for cancer research. So I hope that you've enjoyed all the content from year 3 and all the content on the channel thus far, and that you enjoy all the content from day 3. We had a lot of great creators, a lot of great stuff that came on that day. You can tell right at the onset, right at the very beginning of the footage, I am dead tired. Year 3 was the worst in terms of I got in my head that I had to cram as much content as possible into as short of a time as possible. So I probably barely slept and was drinking and not really paying attention to what I was eating or doing or anything like that, you know, going in between days. So by the time day 3 hit, I was dead to rights. I was legitimately just like about to pass out. I think I mentioned it in the other video too, that after year 3 was over, I just passed out and laid on the floor. Like literally laid on the floor for a while. I couldn't move. You know, I was so drained after this. That's why day 2's footage got lost, because I was so drained after this. I got in there, I clipped all the segments from day 1, and I just literally, I had to just, I just basically almost had like a mental collapse. You know, this was at a time in my life, unfortunately, where I was going through a lot of really, really bad, dark things. You know, my friend John had just passed away a couple months ago, and, you know, I was dealing with a lot of, we'll just say a lot of really, really bad thoughts and everything. So, you know, I wish it was still here. I wish I still had all that great footage, you know, but the great thing is that everything after this, every single year, every single segment, every single guest, every single creator, all their segments are here. They're accounted for, and you'll get to see every single bit. I think the only things I don't have are the games, like when we did the fibbage and stuff, or like different, like random games just during breaks like that. But there's not as much of that stuff in the latter years of Livestream for the Cure, because it became so much more focused on just, you know, a creator feature featuring other content creators and the things that they do. You know, it was much more important to me to do that. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling and get out of your hair. Please, if you're watching this and you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the videos, leave comments. The best thing that you can do, everyone always asks how you can help. And not everybody can help by donating, and definitely we understand that, believe you me. Like the video. Leave comments down below on this and the other videos. Share them out on social media. The more that you engage with the videos, the more chances they have of appearing in other people's news feeds, and the more exposure the event gets. The more exposure the event gets, the more that we get eyes to see us that actually can donate. And that's the most important thing, is not everybody can donate, and that's fine. That's okay, but help us reach people who can. Okay? Help us reach people who can by engaging with all of the content here on the Livestream for the Cure channel in any way that you can. So again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.
The world is dying. The land withers. The sea boils. And the fate of everyone is in the hands of 3 ding-dongs.
Well, there's an old saying at my monastery. A 1 in the bird is worth 2 in the bush.
Thoughts and Players is a new actual play RPG podcast from the minds behind Netflix and Swill, Epic Film Guys, and others. Game of Thrones ended, so let us fill the void in your life!